Kevin rubbed his eyes, certain he was still dreaming. The soft morning light filtered through the viewport of his cramped quarters aboard the research station Frontier's Edge, and lying beside him on his bed, in his room was a woman he had never seen before. She wasn't human. Her skin held a faint luminescence, like moonlight captured beneath translucent porcelain. Delicate crystalline patterns traced along her temples and down her neck, pulsing with a gentle azure glow. Her hair cascaded across his pillow in shades that shifted between silver and deep violet. She was beautiful in a way that made his heart stammer and terrifying in her obvious alienness. Kevin's breath caught. He'd gone to sleep alone. He was certain of it. The station had been on lockdown for 3 weeks after detecting an unidentified vessel in the sector. No one came aboard. No one left. Security protocols were absolute. Yet here she was. As if sensing his stare, her eyes opened. They were vast and dark, like looking into deep space itself, with tiny points of light scattered within like distant stars. She sat up slowly, her movements fluid and graceful, and Kevin instinctively scrambled backward until his back hit the cold metal wall. "Please," she said, her voice like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. "Do not fear. I mean no harm." Kevin's hand fumbled for the comm panel on the wall. How did you get in here?" "The station is sealed." "I know." She pulled the thin blanket around her shoulders, and Kevin noticed she wore a garment that seemed woven from light itself. "I apologize for the intrusion. My ship was damaged. Your station was the only sanctuary within reach, but the sensors would have detected me." "Yes." A sad smile crossed her ethereal features. "Unless one knows how to move between the spaces your technology cannot see, between the moments your instruments cannot measure." Kevin's scientific mind raced even as adrenaline coursed through his veins. That's impossible. You're talking about quantum tunneling on a macro scale. No biological organism could. No biological organism you know of." She corrected gently. "My name is Mia. I am Valeth from the Andromeda Cluster, and I desperately need your help." Despite every survival instinct screaming at him to call security, Kevin found himself listening. There was something in her eyes, those impossible, star-filled eyes that spoke of honesty, of desperation. Help with what? Mia stood, and Kevin noticed she was taller than him by several inches. She moved to the viewport, gazing out at the stars beyond. "My people are dying. A plague spreads through our worlds, one that feeds on our unique biology. We have searched for centuries for a cure, studying countless species, countless worlds, and you came to Earth." "Not Earth. I came to you." "Kevin." She turned, and the intensity in her gaze made him feel simultaneously small and significant. "Humanity is young, yes, but you are resilient in ways the galaxy has rarely seen. You adapt, you survive, you thrive in conditions that would destroy species with far greater technology." Kevin processed this, his scientific training warring with the sheer impossibility of the situation. "What do you need from me?" "Your blood," Mia said simply. "Human biology contains something we lost millions of years ago in our evolution toward purity of energy. You retain what we call the crude elements, aggressive immune responses, rapid cellular regeneration, the ability to process and neutralize countless toxins. To us, you are beautifully, perfectly flawed. You want to use human DNA to cure your plague. Not just DNA. Understanding. Perspective." She stepped closer, her crystalline markings glowing brighter. "My people became so refined, so perfect in our evolution, that we lost our edge. We lost the raw, stubborn refusal to die that pulses through human veins. We need that fire again." Kevin's mind whirled. Every protocol said he should report this immediately, but another part of him, the part that became a xenobiologist precisely because he dreamed of moments like this, wanted to understand. "If I help you," he said slowly, "if humanity helps you, what happens then?" Mia smiled, and it was like watching stars being born. "Then the Valeth will owe humanity a debt that spans galaxies. And perhaps we can teach you what we learned in our millions of years among the stars, how to move between moments, how to sing to the fabric of space itself, how to touch the infinite." Kevin looked at this impossible woman standing in his quarters. This being who had bypassed every security system humanity could devise just to ask for help. He thought about the choice before him: report her and let bureaucracy take over, or take a chance on something that could change everything. I'll need to run tests, he said finally. Blood work, cellular analysis, quantum resonance imaging if your biology allows it. Relief washed over Mia's features. Of course, whatever you need, and eventually, we'll need to tell the station commander. I can't keep an alien presence secret forever. I understand, but perhaps a few days first, to ensure my biology won't cause harm to your people. Kevin knew it was a rationalization, but he nodded. A few days. As Mia smiled, Kevin realized his life had just divided into two parts, before this morning and everything that would come after. He'd gone to sleep alone, a simple researcher on a remote station. He'd woken to find not just an alien woman beside him, but humanity's future stretching out in directions he'd never imagined. Well then, he said, moving to his workstation and pulling up diagnostic protocols, let's save your people, and maybe, just maybe, we'll discover what makes humanity truly special in the process. Outside the viewport, the stars watched silently as Human and Valeth began their unlikely partnership, a partnership built on trust, desperation, and the stubborn human refusal to accept that anything, even the impossible, couldn't be solved with enough determination and a little bit of help from friends we hadn't even known we had. The morning had indeed found something extraordinary beside Kevin, and the galaxy would never be quite the same.